Start anew. Heaven letter number 4921. May 16, 2014. What I say to you now is unheard of. I would very much like you to gain the threshold of this idea. You have done no wrong. Does this seem absurd to you? What is absurd is your carrying around the idea that you have, indeed, been wrong and done wrong things. If you were not convinced you were wrong, you would be all right. All right does not mean the same as right. I am disputing the concept of wrong and, therefore, the concept of right. They are not absolute. I repeat, you, beloveds, are all right as you are no matter what seemed to occur yesterday. Have you made mistakes? Certainly. Perhaps too many to count. If you had not made mistakes, you think, why would you have been scolded or spanked or made to stand in the corner? Why would you ever have blushed in shame? Once upon a time, a child knocked over an inkpot, and he was perhaps shamed. From your vantage now, it may not seem so terrible that a child knocked over an inkpot. It was an accident. Or, if the child did it deliberately, from his view, it was called for, and he kind of had to experience it. Or, let me put it this way. You can only act from your level of consciousness. And where you were yesterday, you are not today. Do not label yourself. Once again, I am saying to let go of the past. No longer indict yourself. It was the past. Now, here is another point I would like to make. What may look like an error, may not be an error. You may well be mistaken when you consider that you committed wrong. You don't know the whole story. You don't know the good that can come out of what, from everything you know, is not right. If you cannot see good in everything, then, at least, acknowledge that good can come from anything. Heroes are born. From ashes come Cinderellas. And, yet, when you cannot see, when you cannot possibly see, acknowledge the possibility. Oh, yes, I hear you saying, maybe taking a cookie wasn't really wrong, but killing my brother is plain wrong. What about thou shalt not kill? I am not advising you to go out and kill, or steal, or covet, etc. I am saying that there is no unforgivable deed. I know certain acts feel unforgivable to you. There were so many actions you yourself took or didn't take. I say, enough. Let yourself off the hook. Begin again. For one reason or another, my children may even think that an act of kindness they gave was a misdeed, that they were foolish. Then they are not thinking of giving as much as being appreciated, or appreciated enough. I do not say to make excuses for yourself or others. I say to get past holding on to what can only be the past. Too many of my children have proclaimed themselves guilty. It doesn't even matter of what. Some of my children condemn themselves to guilt in the future as well. I ask you to remove guilt from the face of the earth. Guilt is not your friend. Guilt may be loyal, yet guilt is not your friend. It is not in your best interest to hold guilt to you. It is not in the best interest of the world for you to hold guilt to you, for then you make the world guilty. Throw off the thrall of guilt as you would a heavy shawl in summer. You have the free will to proclaim yourself not guilty and no longer sentence yourself or others to a sense of guilt. The expression, "let my people go," has many layers of meaning. The meaning here is to let my people go from guilt. Do not impose a judgment of guilt on yourself or another for one more moment. Don't be guilty of guilt. From this day forth, free yourself. Start anew. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. heavenletters.org